Welcome food travelers to an episode here in Bangkok, Thailand. In this episode, we're headed to a restaurant called Goji Kitchen and Bar Buffet. This is located in the Bangkok Marriot Marquis Queen's Park location. And at the time of this recording, it was 1,299 Thai Baht, which comes down to $38.65 US a person for lunch. And in Thailand, they do have this 10% SVC and a 7% VAT tax. And after all the taxes, it came out to be 1,528 Thai Baht or $45.50 US a person. And their operation hours at the time of this recording for breakfast is a 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. buffet, and for lunch buffet was from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. and dinner from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And they also have a la carte option from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And they also offer a beverage package with unlimited alcohol or unlimited beer or even soda as well. And if you are a Marriott Bound Voy member, you can enjoy a 10% discount on food and beverages.
Going through the footage, Micah, and seeing the dry-aged beef, did you have any of those?
No, I did not. Apparently, they have something called a signature Sunday brunch, and they also have weekend dinner buffets that have these specialty items that they do list on their website as well.
And it kind of, as we were kind of going through the pricing, it's not that cheap. That's pretty expensive for Thailand, Southeast Asia especially.
Yeah, it's definitely on the more expensive side, but they do a pretty good job with what they do offer, and I do feel like the quality is pretty good for a buffet here.
So as you're kind of watching them cut the beef, was that also the dry-aged beef that they use, or is that dry-aged beef that was there just something a little extra special that they're using for, as you mentioned, the special times?
I think it's probably for the special times, because when I went up to get the beef, it did not say anything about dry-aged beef. It just says beef. So how am I supposed to know if it's like this special dry-aged beef or not? All I can say is it was cooked really well in that open fire, as you saw in the video, and it was also very tender. So it's possible that they could have used that dry-aged beef, because given the price and everything.
Yeah, especially with them cutting it up and serving kind of slices rather than offering a whole. That could make sense. But from look at everything through the video, seeing it looked like the ingredients looked really nice. Just the way they laid out, even just kind of that is my mind, kind of a lesser buffet item like the salamis and stuff like that. But just the way they laid it out, you could tell that they actually took a special care to kind of put it into the preparation to make it look good and make it look appealing and just something a little different rather than kind of just slopping it on and just having anybody just go in and dig at it as they please.
Yeah, and also I did want to mention, like, this tuna seafood section. It's kind of odd. It's kind of off to the side in the corner of the space. I'm not sure why they put it in the corner. I don't know if it's because they ran out of space and they decide, oh, we need this seafood section, but we have no space for it.
That's very possible. I don't know myself, but I do like how they present everything. I mean, that has a kind of I don't want to say uniqueness, but there's something a little bit different. As kind of looking at the video and looking at the different things and how they set it up, there's a different vibe I get from watching this buffet compared to all the other buffets that we've been to. You know, you have the more fanciful ones, including stuff like Bacchanal in Vegas and everything, but this one has kind of like that mix. It looks like it's not quite trying to overdo it, but at the same time it is not underwhelming.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. It was kind of nice too that they actually had a bar section as part of the buffet where you can order specific drinks. For example, like the coffee, you can order that. You can ask them to make it a certain way that you prefer. Another thing that I saw on their website for like let's say the weekend dinner buffets, they will also offer like rock lobster or Alaskan king crab. That's something that I wish I could have tried. I didn't really pay attention to that. I was thinking more like, oh, I should come for a lunch buffet, but not so much for the dinner.
Yeah, seafood, especially if you love seafood, is always nice. Something that we always try to shoot for, especially on our trips to Vegas and hitting up the buffets in Vegas. It would have been really interesting to see kind of how they offered because, like I mentioned earlier, the ingredients look really nice. Just kind of being able to tell as you look at it, it looks fresh versus I know at times, like at some buffets we've been to, we pick up the items or you don't even have to touch it, but sometimes you can just see it in the ingredients. It just doesn't look like really well, and it looks like sometimes something's been sitting there for hours and hours, and of course, we try to avoid those, but it's nice from what I've seen. Everything just looks like it's definitely fresh.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of the ingredients or food here that they have in this buffet is freshly made and is made to, I guess, somewhat made to order in a way where they're seeing how popular certain items are and they're just replenishing enough just so that it's still really fresh. But one thing I thought was interesting with the dessert area is pretty tiny. There really isn't very many options for desserts, and like many other buffets that we went to or that you saw from my Singapore buffet episodes, it's not as pretty looking.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's kind of what I was kind of getting at earlier when I talked about how it's like they're kind of right in the middle. So it seems like it's a good middle spot, even though I think the prices are pretty high for Southeast Asia. But I mean, as long as the food's really good, it's clean, it's has great flavor, and it's fresh. I think that's probably the biggest point that would matter. And if that's what you agree with, would you say that?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I think ingredients is definitely the selling point of this. I would say. I think it's also the location of this buffet. It's pretty much in the heart of Bangkok with this Marriott location. It's a very good location that they are in. So I think maybe that plays in with the price as well. But as you see in the video, I don't have that much dessert. I mean, I tried to grab as many pieces as I could, and that looked interesting. I think one thing that was pretty good was the chocolates, like the matcha chocolates and the matcha. Oh, this black sesame balls with ginger soup. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, they look really good. Desserts are always the toughest part to have, Micah, because as we have gone to so many buffets, you fill yourself up and trying to save that little extra space to make sure that you can have the desserts and have an opinion on it. At least it was nice they had a good enough variety.
Yeah, overall, if you're in Bangkok and you are a Marriott Bonvoy member, definitely check this one out. And to wrap up the episode are the notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.